Hey, what's up, guys, gals? Good morning here in YouTube. It is Tuesday, July 1st. Tuesday, July 1st. We're currently sitting at 6:32, a.m. Hey, what's up, man? How you guys out there in YouTube land doing? I wanted to come on here. We're doing this new little thing here on YouTube. We have, I think, probably about 22 videos, up so far. We're trying to grow this. If this is, your first video you clicked on to, watch, that is awesome. Thank you guys out there for, doing that. We have like other, awesome videos all over. Be sure you check them out. Excuse me. Pardon me. It is awesome. 2 for Tuesday over in, the Facebook group. And by the way, guys, I'll be going live over in, our group. We do that every day, Monday through, Friday. Then on Sunday night, we do a Sunday night live, usually from right back here. I'm sitting back here. Usually I'm talking to somebody, interviewing somebody, on the podcast, all that stuff. So that is, awesome. So if you guys out there, you have a cool, unique story, maybe about, your C10 truck, maybe it was, Grandpa's truck, maybe it was Dad's truck, he gave it to you, and, or let you kind of tinker on it, you learned all your stuff on it growing up, now you want one of your own. Well, I'm looking at getting my daily square body, and it looks almost like I'm going to look at one this Sunday. Today is, the 1st, so the 4th is Friday, and then the 5th is Saturday, the 6th is Sunday. So I'm going to look at it with Dad on Sunday, and if it looks good, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. So it'll be my daily. It's a 85, if you're wondering. It's a 85 square body C10, and I won't say anything more about it. It's unique and pretty cool. When I get it, though, I want to drop it. Maybe not right now. I do want to get airbags put on it and set on it, but right now, well, we'll just lower the regular way with spindles and springs, and pardon me, the nose, and that is the cheapest way to go and do it right now. So anyways, we're at 6:35, so we're going to 7:05, guys. Anyways, hey, I want to come on here because a couple days ago, I did a unboxing for you guys. So today, what I'm gonna do is we'll do another unboxing today. Then later on today, I'll get it wrapped back up and get it sent out. So we'll do another unboxing. It's an awesome metal print right there. Me, along with you guys out there, we know it's a metal print, guys, but we don't know what metal print it could be. So anyways, we have a feeling. We had two guys down in Snyder, order them. So anyway, they could be, that one that we did them unboxing of was, one of the guys down in Snyder that ordered one. So I'm thinking maybe all three of them are, that. So, anyways, sit back, relax, and we'll take and unbox it. And we're going to 705, and then, I'll talk to you guys, a little more, but hang out for a bit. Should have some little music going here, like Will of Fortune music or whatever. Let's see here. This bad boy is sharp. His knife. Okay. Don't want to accidentally poke myself with, that. It wouldn't be too good. The outcome on that would not be. Let's go ahead and unbox, this right here. Boom. Okay. Now, this piece right here is, the piece that goes up on, the wall that, holds up. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Don't need that. Okay. I'll wrap that one back up. Yes, yes, yes. What I thought. Well, it is one of the guys down there in Snyder here. I can tape that back up. I have tape in the way. Okay. Boom, check this puppy out right here. This is one of our awesome 20 by 30s. That thing is so awesome. Hang out for a minute. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. Man, that really came out sharp. That came out so freaking, awesome. Coyote store. It's almost like you are right, there. That is, so cool. And then this piece right here goes on, the wall. So this is a French cleat. So the regular French cleat groove is, on the back of the print. Then when you hang the print on the wall, you'll take and hang it this way right on, or this way right on the wall. So anyways, this side will be on the wall and this side will be facing out. So how it slants down right here, you have this exact same mount on the back of the photo, but it's reverse than this. So you set it right on, this right here. It will not move. You can take it off, put it on, no, problem, guys. So, anyways, we're gonna we have to box these two up, wrap them, back up, and it'll be, good in the neighborhood. So, anyways, folks, it's only 6:44, but I do want to stress that our awesome YouTube page is finally getting some more people signed up or becoming members right here on it. And I think that helps with, adding, the more videos that you put on your, YouTube site. And, it just, we really, guys, we want, this group to, or this, channel or YouTube page, whatever you guys want to call it. I know it was YouTube page when I started, but YouTube channel or something right now. But and I love YouTube. I mean, for like everything you don't know, when you need to know something, how to do stuff. It's pretty badass, I think. Just get on here, you type in what you need, and there's usually somebody in here showing you how to do what you need to do. That is, awesome. Anyways, little background, about me. I've been shooting for over 30 years. I've been shooting, hot rods, C10 trucks, customs, classics, all that. Got my, pardon me, the nose. I got my start out there in California. Lived in Orange County for a good, probably 20 so years out there. So that was awesome. 25 years out in Orange County. But guys, I did, before I worked, the Monday through Friday, and just like, a lot of everyday folks and all that. But, I kept this passion, alive. I kept on doing my graphics. I kept on doing the photography. I kept on doing, the stuff that, I love on, the side and all that. And even though, sometimes I was out there working like, 2 jobs or whatever for, paying bills and stuff like that. On the weekend, I did not sit home, watch TV, and do nothing. I was out there at, the shows, either taking photographs or, out there checking out, awesome hot rods, awesome trucks, all that. And then me and Dad have been here now for about 10 years. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. We've been here for 10 years. I think, a couple more days in July. It'll be 10 years. And, Dad and myself and my mom, got here. And that is, so awesome. It feels like we didn't move, but then it feels like it was yesterday that we moved here. I mean, that makes, sense or whatever. Anyways, guys, I want to tell you about a little product here. I see more and more, guys and gals and, content creators and, everybody out there using, this product. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Mini Mic Pro. I love this right here. Mini Mic Pro. And I'm talking about it, guys, because I use it. I use a Mini Mic Pro at a lot of, the events that I go to. So Mini Mic Pro is, awesome at what it does. It has a red and a green indicator, flashing light. And don't worry, if it flashes red and green, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And that green light indicates to you the mic is ready to go. I'm ready to go. It got a full charge on it. The red light flashing indicates it comes with this little transmitter right there. You what you do, you plug that transmitter into your smart device. I just found out like probably 2 months ago that I'm using a Mac desktop right now, right? And I was trying to plug in a USB, probably a month ago, and I found this little port on the back. It was real small, too small to put a USB in. I didn't know what it was. Well, anyways, it is a USB-C port on the back of the newer computers. I'm running probably 2024 or 2025, 2024, iMac desktop, and I think from that point on, maybe they started 2022. I'm not sure. I'll find out for you guys, but I know I have that port on the back of the Mac, so I wanted to try it one day. Excuse me. I plugged in the receiver in my Mac, and then I put the little mic on. It worked awesome. So anyways, guys, before I started talking about these, I hardly ever seen any of you guys and gals out here on YouTube using this. But you know what, if you're a content creator, like I guess I'm a content creator now, I'm a photographer for 30 years. I'm a writer. I'm a publisher. Podcaster. All of that under my hat. I wear different hats. Many days I feel like a man in a one-man band right here in the studio. I was supposed to get up at 5 o'clock. Normally I'm in here right at 5:45, 6, what have you guys, and my alarm went off. I went to bed a little late last night. Gonna watch the movie, and because I'm working all the time, guys, and so I kept on hitting snooze, and I finally got up. I should have got up right at 5, but I got up like at 5:20. So, anyways, I'm usually in here doing these videos earlier, so I can use my other time to do something else that pops up before I get back into magazine. Is all done. The magazine, if you're a C10 loving, passion driving guy or gal out there, and you just love C10 trucks, how they look, how they drive, everything about them. If you have an awesome story, we want to hear it. We want to put you on that podcast. We can do it. All we need to do is have you call into the studio phone. We're getting a new one, but you call in to the studio phone, and then it's not live. It's recorded. We could probably do live. We don't have the cable to, go from the mixer to, the computer, but we would do live, but I want to mix it, master it. I put music to it. I put a little speckle of pixie dust on it, just to make it, shine. My computer's going dark on me. Don't go dark. Stay light. Anyways, I'm seeing a lot of people now on YouTube. They're doing their awesome videos, out there and, around, maybe even interviewing somebody at, events, at shows, all that. And they're using a Mini Mic Pro. How cool is that? That's awesome. I don't know if it's just because, I'm talking about it now, or, I just happen to notice it, a little more now. But anyways, my buddy Roller, Jeff, aka Roller and his buddy Derek, they have a show right here on YouTube. You can go check it out. It's called Rollin' with Roller and Derek. Rollin' with Roller and Derek, right here on YouTube. You can go check that out, right here after we get done with, the video here. Go check it out. By the way, guys, I'm wearing the shirt, Connor's Car Show. They are the big title sponsor of, the lives, the podcast back there, the YouTube videos, and, C10 America. So they are the title sponsor. That's awesome. Big shout out going out to Ty Gentman over there. Lydia Gentman over there. You got Darren Heaver. You got Rudy Bustos over there. Yes. See, I did not forget you, Rudy. And then you got Elizabeth and Braden over there, and then all the many volunteers that come in each and every year to make that show an awesome success. And then right after the show, I kind of pulled Ty aside for a bit. I gotta ask you, how many cars and trucks do you think attended this year? And this year, 2025, it was the 11th annual Connor's Car Show. and it's put on over at the Keller Town Hall here in Keller, Texas. It's once a year, guys. If you want to donate to an awesome cause, you want to help out an awesome cause, maybe volunteer, with the parking, volunteer with, the spectators, signing people up, for, different things at the show. Go to ConnorsCarShow.com. That again is ConnorsCarShow.com. Or if you want to donate over there, go to ConnorsFoundation.com. ConnorsFoundation.com, or I think it's ConnorsFoundation.org. If you don't find it, go to ConnorsCarShow.com, and they have a link right up, here somewhere, so you can click on that. It'll take you to, the right spot you need. By the way, guys, we're not monetized yet. We haven't got, the numbers up there, the, subscribers yet. So if you guys feel like you want to help out the channel at all, leave a quarter in, the tip jar on your way out, guys. We have a link right down below in the description, and it helps us tell these awesome stories that we're gonna start going out to all your shops, all your garages, all that, and it lets us come out to the shop, the garage, tell that story, or maybe it's for helps us on equipment, wear and tear, getting out to where we need to go, stuff like that. Life happens when, you're out there trying to do, different things. I know that for a fact. When you're in a shop or, something like that, and you just got, the last part you think you need, or the last part you thought you needed, and then you go to line it up and it does not, fit. Life always kind of seems to throw you, kind of curveballs. Well, that's like us when we're going out to like maybe going out to a event or something like that, and maybe a mic goes out, or something unexpected happens, but if you guys want, it is there. I feel like, I just have to say that we have people over in, the group and all that. They ask me all the time, hey, how can we help, and all that, and pardon me, the nose. And, if you know me, I'm not one to, say about, hey, we need help or whatever. But, some people out there, it's, in their nature, they want to. So, if you want to, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. We're gonna keep on putting out, awesome content, but it's right there in case you want it. And by the way, guys, find the bell, somewhere. I think it's maybe down here in the corner, somewhere. Hit that bell, and then you'll be notified every time we go and put in. I can't say go live because we're not live, but every time we upload a video, you will be notified. So hit that little bell down there, hit that subscribe, because we want to blow this YouTube channel just up and out. And by the way, guys, our group, you heard me right, our group over on Facebook, if you're a C10 guy or gal that loves C10, we have an awesome group for you over there. It's pretty much one big family over there. It's family friendly. It's everybody helping everybody. Everybody showing. I cannot believe how many awesome trucks there is over in, C10 America on Facebook. I mean, it is awesome. Guys, do you know Rick Fairless out there of Strokers Dallas out there? He builds bikes and all that. And then he has a little bar right there called, the Ice House right there. That's awesome. They have some good food and, good drinks and, all that stuff. Anyways, probably a month ago, me and Miss Terry were out there at his shop. And, I was talking to him. He'll be in issue number 5. Issue number 5 comes out in 3 days, folks. 3 days. You excited? So if you're not signed up or you never even heard about C10 America, yep, we're not a hot rod magazine. I almost said that. We were a hot rod magazine that we retired, put on the shelf, so we could focus, mainly on, C10 America. So anyways, if you're not signed up, head over to www.c10americamagazine.com. Get signed up for $10. $10. So that's www.c10americamagazine.com. Get signed up for only $10. But I tell you what, you go over to, the group first, and let me give you a little piece of advice if I can. Go to our Facebook first. Become a member. We'll be notified, or I'll be notified since, I'm on the computer. If I'm not on YouTube, not on Facebook, I have all this stuff running in the back. So, I can be working on other stuff and, have this up. So if I get contacted, through YouTube or by Facebook, boom, then I can comment right back. So that is, awesome. So if you're not signed up, go to the Facebook page first, become a member, and then we get notified. And when you're a member, you don't sign up for $10. You just type in member 5, and we get you signed up for $5 for this awesome magazine for 1 year. So that's right. 1 year, you get it here on the computer, on your phone, on your tablet, wherever. And our big goal is, guys, we ain't gonna be here forever, but I want to pass the torch to, some younger guy out there, and by really trying to focus on, father-son builds, father-daughter builds, maybe father-grandfather builds, where I'm going with this. And we have some of those in, the group and all that. And, we want to, like my buddy, one of our sponsors, Boss Hog Torque Converters, my buddy Nelson Gill, his daughter, he got his daughter involved in what he does only at 5 years old. And I think now she's about 10 or 11. So I think they gave her like 5 or 6 more years added on to what she had already. So that's awesome. My buddy Nelson Gill, he's a big advertiser, sponsor of, the website, the magazine. That's, awesome. So, thank you, for that. And then, all you content creators out there, if you have not got a Mini Mic Pro, you need to get a Mini Mic Pro. This thing is awesome. It is not only awesome, guys, it is a game changer out there. Game changer. So if you're used to doing your YouTube videos or your lives on your phone, and you're used to, the mic on your phone, and you say, oh, it's okay. Well, you're half right. It's okay for you, but for us, watching everything here on YouTube, it's kind of a little hard to hear, the guy or the gal who you're, talking to on, the other end of the interview. Anyways, my buddy, Roller, Jeff, that I would talk about, rolling with Roller and Derek right here on Facebook. Anyways, I would talk about the Mini Mic Pro on a podcast, and in my live over yonder, right? Anyways, Jeff heard me, Roller heard me, and he's like, hey, Rich, give me a little more info behind, the Mini Mic Pro. I might be interested. So, I told him, about the red, green flashing light, the transmitter, make sure that transmitter is plugged in, and that red, green flashing light, it'll go to solid green, and you're good to go. And so I got, done talking to him, and then we got off the phone and all that. Then I talked to him, later on, and he said, hey, I went out and ordered a Mini Mic Pro. So check this out. He had a show on Monday, on Memorial Day. I talked to him on Friday night. Saturday or late Friday night, he ordered a Mini Mic Pro. It came on Sunday. Remember, he's out in Colorado. It came on Sunday. Excuse me. Got it all charged up. Excuse me. Sunday night. And then on Monday morning, him along with Derek, they went to their car show. And these, I think they last a little over an hour, because when I was out there in Dallas, it was maybe about an hour. I was doing the shoot and walking around it, shooting. I had Miss Terry walking around with, the camera. So her awesome camera work, that was great, awesome. And I forgot to charge my Mini Mic Pro, but I had one charged, so I gave him, the mic. I didn't worry about people hearing me, people hearing him, but that one mini mic, because I forgot my mic, it picked me up as well. So even if you have one, mini mic on you out there, if you're standing relatively kind of close to, the person with the mini mic, is going to pick you up. It's not going to pick you up real sharp. It'll pick you up clear and you can hear yourself, but, it's going to be real sharp, when it's on, the person. So anyway, that was probably about like an hour. So the mic started, and when it gets down in power, then it starts flashing red and green again. Pardon me. indicating, the battery is kind of going down. So, anyways, that's why I'm gonna take in. I have another backup right down there. So I'm gonna take in Jeff. Jeff has 3 of these bad boys now. You can find them over online at. You can find them at Mini. Let's see, did I do that right? No, you find them at Mini Mic Pro right there.com, or you can find these over on Amazon. And I said for a long time, guys, I thought these were probably between 25 and $30, right? 25, $30. Anyways, Jeff Roller went over, and when he got his, he said, well, what did it cost you? Your everything all in. And he said when he got it, everything was done. It was $26 and some change. So that is, awesome. Not 25, not 30, right there in, the middle. So they're on Amazon.com, and they're on Mini Mic Pro. We did send out an email to Mini Mic Pro to show them we're doing these videos and all that, and to tell them I am an avid user of, the Mini Mic Pro. We try and use it all the time at events, shows, and, all that stuff. And it is great. I was waiting for a mic like this because back in the day I was using the cheap ones that had the little wire on it. The only thing I'm thinking about, Mini Mic Pro, if you're out there listening, one thing you guys could do to improve, this mic. One thing, and I'll tell you what that is. That clip right here, you have it in a fixed lock position. It does not swivel. Now, you can only clip it, not click it. Click it on TV. No. You can only clip it in one direction. Now, I know I talked to Jeff, about it. We both, would like, that clip was able to rotate. Maybe you rotate it, it locks, or you turn it back and it locks in position. So that would be awesome. But other than, that, everything else we love, about the Mini Mic, Pro. So that is awesome. We swear by this mic. It is the official Bluetooth wireless mobile microphone that C10 America uses, and so it is awesome. We might even do put a group logo or a group post about the Mini Mic Pro in the group. We want to let everybody know about the Mini Mic Pro. It is awesome, and if you guys take care of it, you charge it, you do what it says, it is awesome. It'll last you a long time. I know you guys are probably saying, well, if it does that, why do you need 3 sets? Well, the reason why we need 3 sets is because Jeff and myself, we go out, we do a lot of interviews, we talk to a lot of people, And sometimes your car shows and your truck shows out there are longer than 1 hour. And so one Mini Mic Pro is not going to cut it. You might be stretching it with the two Mini Mic Pros, but you're really safe if you have a third Mini Mic Pro, meaning one that you're using, you have a full charge on both mics. You got, another set fully ready to go in the box. They're charged. So when you're done with, these here and these die, you take the ones charging off of the charger, you put those in the box, you take the second Mini Mic Pros out, and you use those. So the ones you were using first go back into the charge. So you always have a Mini Mic. I don't know why I did that. Feel like I'm on Broadway or something. I don't know. Anyways, you always have a, ready to go Mini Mic right there. So you never know when you need it, or, like myself and Jeff. I haven't told Jeff yet, but I'll tell him later on when I talk to him that probably a good bet is to have one, fully charged, and when you go somewhere in your car, take it with you. Have it in your car with you, because you always take your cell phone with you, right? Well, take that too, because you never know. You might be at a gas station. You might be on the side of the road. Do you guys watch, that show with Danny Coker counting cars? Well, hell yeah, I watch that. Anyways, he'll be driving, down the road with his sidekick Kevin, and they're driving out, on the hunt for, cars and trucks, and he sees, a car or a truck, that he likes. He wants to try and buy that. So he'll race down, or not race down, but pull up alongside and, hey, excuse me, hey, can you pull over? I want to talk to you about the truck or the car. Well, I've done that. So I can find out, the owner of that, that car, get a phone number, get an email, so I could shoot that car for an issue in the magazine. Well, it is a no-brainer. If you're into what Jeff and myself do, we both own a podcast. We're pumping out content like almost every day. You kind of want to have one of these in, your car. It's almost like a no-brainer. It's like you take your wallet with you every time you get in that car, normally, unless you forget it, or you take, that, I would try and take that cell phone, with you. And then if you have 2 bars, what are you doing? You're plugging this into, the charging cord in the car. So you take that, you charge it. Well, if you take this and this already has a full charge on it, you don't need to charge that. So you can keep on charging, that phone. So have the phone on you, and have, this Mini Mic Pro on you too. In your car, you never know. You might see, that awesome, C10 truck running down, the road, and, or maybe you pull up to a red light. There's an awesome truck. Maybe you're, on the road. Maybe you're getting off 35E, and you're out there in Waxahachie, It's early in the morning, and you're headed down to, C10s in the park, and there's, a couple guys stopped at, the, gas station getting fuel, before they go in to, get in line for, the show. Matter of fact, that show is pretty big down there. So if I can, before I get off here, guys, I want to say a big shout out to Twister Fest. That T-shirt right back there will be up in Chickasha, or no, it's spelled Chickasha, but it's pronounced Chickasha. Touche. Yeah, so Chickasha will be up there at Twister Fest at the Muscle Car Ranch for a second annual classic truck show right up there, put on by Curtis Hart, J.C. Reed, and Chris Walsh. All those guys, came together and they're all, hey, let's do an awesome show up here at the Muscle Car Ranch. And they had 88 acres up there at Curtis Hart's, ranch. It's awesome. You can camp up there. You can fish up there. They have bonfires up there. They have wrestling, professional wrestling up there. It is, awesome. And they have a big covered stage up there for, big, country acts and, big, music, acts, all over. And it's a family-filled event, up there. We're having our second C10 America corral up there. We had the first one over at Connor's Car Show. Big shout out going out to Ty Jetman. You're awesome. We love you guys, brother. He was the first one to give us a spot for 25 trucks. How cool was that? And then, I'm talking to Curtis. And, hold on one sec. And talking to Curtis a year ago at, the first, truck show up there. And I think we're maybe 13 or 12, thousand in, the group and all that stuff. And so he really was really impressed. He went and got his, son, some friends and all that. And, pardon me, the nose. And told me, hey, would you tell them your story? What you told me, tell them. So, I did. And they were all in disbelief that, the group was growing, that fast, and stuff like that. So then he's like, come back next year. You're damn right I won't be back next year. And that was when I knew officially, about C10 America. We went to our first show in Oklahoma, not Chickasha, but the first one in Norman, Oklahoma, a year before that. And we sold out of, the red ball caps. Good, that's all right. We're still a hot rod magazine, but I was tipping my toe in, C10, America, the brand up there. Okay, fast forward to, the next year, last year, we go to Chickasha, Oklahoma for, Twister Fest truck show. And guys, I am not lying when I tell you this. We sold out not only the red caps, every cap we sold out of. Okay? You know, the t-shirts, C10 America t-shirts, we sold out of all the C10 America t-shirts. That is freaking, you know, that's awesome. And that right there is cemented in, you know, the ground for me, you know, C10 America. Then, you know, I stopped everything else and I just started focusing on C10 America. So that was cool. So anyways, we're at 7:28. It's almost 7:30. I went like an hour and a half. But anyways, that's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and get this put up right here in the group. And then, you know, I'm going to go make me something to eat and then come back and, you know, start working a bit here. And then remember, guys, at 9 o'clock sharp over in, you know, the group, you know, C10 America, pardon me, there now is in C10 America over on Facebook, guys, we are going to be live streaming, doing our regular live. We've been doing it for about 3 years, and so we're going to keep on, you know, doing that right over, you know, in, you know, Facebook, in the group, on Facebook, in the group, and all that. By the way, guys, real quick, I'll leave you with this. Leave this with you guys, and you can, you know, talk about it or what have you, all that. Probably about a month and a half ago, I got contacted by Meta, you know, the company behind Facebook, right? So I get contacted by Meta, and they let me know. They say, hey, you know, congratulations. And, you know, so I'm wondering what for. You know, I read a little more. And it said, I guess, you know, through my groups or through, you know, the content and, you know, all that, you know, I put up on Facebook, you know, that for like 2-3 years or, you know, something like that. I think it was 2, it could have been 3, but through that time, I brought over 8 million new people, new followers to Facebook through my group and through all my, you know, content creation. And they see that as revenue, ROI, return on investment. And so they're always sending me, you know, things about, hey, do you want to monetize, you know, over here? The only bad thing about that is they want to pretty much only monetize you on your network or on your profile, not network, on your personal profile over there. So you gotta have like a follower page, or you know, put all your content up on your profile. But well, my profile to me is my personal domain. It's where I put family photos. You know, that is, you know, my personal, you know, place. You know, my group is, you know, C10 America, the group where I post all that stuff. So, anyways, I'm not gonna get monetized over on Facebook. I don't want to, because I love, you know, our group, you know, C10 America right there. So I'm gonna keep it like that. Then, if you guys out there want to advertise, you know, here on, you know, the YouTube channel or over in the group on that podcast, or, you know, in this awesome magazine, you can contact me right here, right down below. If you got an awesome part, product, or a service, and it has something to do with, C10s, we want to hear about it. We have, an awesome price sheet that, I can email over to, you guys. We have different sponsorships, and stuff like that on there. And we can take, your brand or your part, your service, your product, whatever, to the next level. And you're on the fence. You're kind of thinking about it. You don't know yet. Well, you can ask a couple of the folks that work with us, and stuff like that, and try and get some recommendations from them, or maybe ratings from them, and then put that up. Anyways, we're 3 minutes after 7:30. Anyways, guys, we did that unboxing today. We talked about a couple different shows that will be at the Classic Truck Nationals right down there in Gainesville. Coming up. I'll get the exact a date and time. Will be at that one. That one back there, Twister Fest. That's, I believe, October 3rd and 4th. October 3rd and 4th, 2025. We'll be down again at the Rat Pack Show down in Gale. Fill up your gas in Snyder. Stay in Snyder, because there is nothing in Gale. I think there's only a post office in Gale, so you stay in Snyder, and then Gale is like half an hour drive, away. So, it was the Rat Pack Car Show put on by Dale and my buddy David, right down there. That'll be on May 16th, 2026, next year. So, we'll be down there. We'll be at the Twister Fest. We'll be at Classic Truck Nationals right down there. And plus, if you're going to Classic Truck Nationals, let me know, because, I want to be able to, come by and, talk to you guys. Sorry Ford, sorry Dodge in International. I'm putting you guys, putting you C10 guys on the podcast, in the magazine, all that stuff. We are, C10 America. So, we love you. I'm going to take you and get off here. I need to go eat. I'm starving. But hey, guys, have a great day. And remember, that tip jar is right down there. Don't worry. If you can't do it, don't even think about doing it. I don't want you to do it if you can't. So, we love you. We'll see you down the road at the shops and the garages. And plus, if you guys have an awesome man cave, you want to show it to us, and you want to get it on, the channel, and have some, C10s out there in your man cave, because we're going to focus only on pretty much, the C10s and all that out there in your interview. We can come out to your, shop and set up, a light, set up, a couple of lights, set up, the 4K, and we can even stream live from, your location, your garage. Happy hippie. If you're out there watching, my buddy, I see you all the time, on YouTube, and, I'm just wondering, do you have any awesome C10s? I've seen all the hot rods and all that. I'm just wondering, do you have any awesome C10s? I would love to, get a chance to interview you, put you on, the podcast, and I'll even write down some things that I want to ask you personally on, that awesome podcast. So I'm going to take and get out of here, guys. This is going up right now. Then remember, 9 o'clock over in Facebook. We love you guys. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.